Here's a little story time about one of my clients who made the fatal mistake of thinking their rental property was worth more than it was. Well, at the end of this story, you're going to see how their bad decision left them vacant for 4 additional months, losing them over $8,000 in rent and ending up with a lease that netted them $3,000 less than they had expected. So here's how this story goes. This is in a town with a major medical health system, and 2 physicians own this house. It's a new constructed townhouse, top of the market, really big, really fancy, and they want us to manage it. They're really impressed with our company, and I went out there and evaluated it, and I said, well, Mr. Property Owner, landlord, listen, this property's worth, right now we think about $2,800 a month. We can see that there have definitely been different times where the market was really strong and we could get closer to $3,000, but that isn't right now. We encourage you to price it at about $2,750. And he said, listen, I think I can get more than $3,000. Some people up the street here in the same development get, more than $3,000. So why can't you? And I said, well, because I don't know anything about that. I don't know any comps that support this, and I don't know anything about that transaction, and you can't get me any information. What utilities are included? Is it short term? Is that a qualified tenant? Is it an arm's length transaction? Is there something else wrapped up in that number? And he says, no, I really think I can get $3,000. I said, all right, well, I decline the business. I can't take listings. He was really insistent. He didn't need the rent. They're physicians. They had plenty of income. And I said, well, here's the thing. I don't take improperly priced listings. I don't run my team around ruining their morale. And I certainly don't make me look like I misprice listings by putting mispriced listings out there. And he goes, well, what do I do, man? I want to hire you guys as the manager. Okay, this is what you do, man. Go find the fancy pants realtor in town, the one who places all you docs and all your big fancy houses. This person is going to know who has the capacity to pay this, the willingness to pay, and it might not be a year-long lease, but they'll be our source for people who, overpay for rental listings. And he did that, you're right? And the idea was this realtor would go find the tenant, and One Focus would then manage it. And so he did that, and they placed it at the end of August on the market for $3,000 a month. And I watched that listing take over 4 months to lease. They did not have a tenant take occupancy until January 31st, 2025. And I saw that rent drop from $3,000 all the way down to, you guessed it, $2,500 a month. Now, had that been properly marketed, not aged on the market, not looked like they were crazy, we would have gotten somewhere in that $2,700 range back in August, but it took way too long. And that is how that house sat empty for an extra 4 months, costing them all of the things, right? Insurance, taxes, utilities. They lost in vacancy $8,250 if I had been successful at getting them $2,750 within 30 days, like I had been for all my other clients. And that lease they ended up getting is going to net them $250 less a month, which is $3,000. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.